You guys, I'm honestly not a very political person, but this is really kind of hard to ignore. I'm sitting here in my house and I'm honestly frozen. I can't really even move. I couldn't believe what I read. I just have to say, like, to all the over 100 to 208,000, I can't even talk, families that lost a loved one to this disease. You know how terrifying it can be. Not everyone's lucky enough to walk out of the hospital after 2 days, so we saw what this disease can do. So guess what? We are afraid. We are. I still am. And, I think about, like, if I got as sick as Nick, little Elvis, he doesn't have his mom anymore. So I'm afraid. And, let it dominate your life. No one's letting it. Nick didn't let it. It wasn't a choice. And it dominated his life. It dominated my life. It dominated our family's lives for 95 days. And because he didn't make it, it will forever affect my life. Even if he would have survived, it would have forever affected and changed our lives. It's beyond hurtful. And have some empathy. Why are you bragging? Have empathy to the Americans that you are our leader. Have some empathy to the people who are suffering and grieving. It's just not fair. And it's to act like this disease is nothing and you got right over it. I'm so happy that you did. Thank God you did. But guess what? There are a lot of people that didn't. And now, instead of bragging about how wonderful you did, why don't you say, wow, now that I've had this disease, I now can understand a little bit better about how it could have affected our country and these people, and what can we do now? What can I do now that I have that knowledge? Even though I only suffered this disease for 2 days in the hospital, I kind of had like a brief panic about, like, oh my gosh, what would happen? Like, go there instead of bragging. Go there. Side with your people. That's the tweet you send. You send a tweet saying, I got out of the hospital today at 6:30 p.m. I now have a small idea because I got out in 2 days. I have a small idea of what this disease is like. And I am so sorry to the people that lost their lives to it. And I will now do everything I possibly can to help them and to help their families. And I stand with those grieving families because this disease is terrible. And we should all continue to wear our masks and social distance until this thing is done, until we have fought it as a country, as a people, as a world. That's the you send. And I'm not sorry. Somebody said to me, don't say you're sorry when you're grieving. That's the one of the rules in grieving process is you don't say you're sorry. So I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry because it's too sad. It's too real. And it's real for the people who went through it. It's real for the families. It's real for the wives. It'll be real for Elvis one day when he actually understands what happened to his dad. It's real. So I'm not sorry. It's very, very sad. And it is something to be afraid about. And no one's letting it dominate our lives. So please, say something kind. Say something that might make the people that you lead feel like you got us. That you're wrapping your arms around us. That you now understand what, maybe a little bit, you kind of understand what we went through, what we're going through.